let's do this fucking shit.
To sitting ringside. This is a special edition of the show. We're going to call it After Hours. Before we get started, I am Robert, as always, and with me we have the OG of sitting ringside, Arlo Jumper. How's it going, man?
Good, brother. How you doing this evening?
Pretty good. And as always, our producer and VP of FightBookMMA, Rudy Lara. Our special guest is Lavelle Simms. We are going to be talking to him about a little bit about his career and what he's got going on this weekend. So if anybody doesn't know who he is, you will know who he is. And if you don't, you've been living under a rock. But before we get started, quick shout out to HKA USA and to ESPN Plus, Fight TV, Flow Combat, all our partners promotions, and to HKA USA and XFN. Shout out to all these people that support FightBook MMA. And for all the latest news, all the combat sports news, go to FightBookMMA.com. Arlo, introduce our guest. And if Mr. Lavelle can unmute himself so that way we can hear him, there we go. Arlo, go for it, man.
Tonight's a little short episode for a special we're doing here. We're doing one for Mr. Lavelle Simms out of Spencer, Oklahoma. He's already standing up to take a round of applause there, but you know, me and Lavelle's been working business for about a year and a half now. I take my fighters down there when he puts on events to you know, fighting his different events that he pulls up. But the funny thing is you know, me and Lavelle's real cool. But this Saturday, we're going to be nemesis. One of his boys is fighting my boys.
Now that's going to be a little bit of an awkward, you know?
Nah, it ain't awkward. It's just business, man. It ain't no hard feelings. Yeah, ain't no hard feelings. That's the thing about it. That's the beauty of boxing. That's what we're trying to do with this whole thing that we're doing. Like a lot of people tend to think that when you're doing boxing, you got to be this. You got to represent that street hood style like Tyson did. Like, you know, people think you got to keep that mentality. That's what me and Mr. Simms is trying to deter these kids away from, that there's a lot more discipline into it than people realize. And that's what I love what Simms does with everything that he does. So before I just get here and keep going on about how good things you're doing, Mr. Simms, tell us about the event you got going on this Saturday night.
Okay, this weekend. Well, first of all, I want to thank you for Mr. Jumper for allowing me to be on this, brother, and I appreciate the love. The more we can kind of send the message, maybe we get more people to support this thing. Anyway, we're doing the first annual Guns Down, Gloves Up. What happened was a couple months ago, we had a shooting between two rival schools, Dale City High and Millwood. And luckily no one got hurt, nobody got killed. So what we're trying to do is send a message, hey, we can stop all this gun violence. It's okay to argue, it's okay to fuss, and it's okay to disagree. But at the end of the day, we want to be able to live tomorrow to tell about it. That's my motto, you know? So I'm hoping with this Guns Down, Gloves Up, we can kind of attract some of the audience out there in the streets and say, hey, you got hands, do it legitly, do it in the ring. Not only can this convert to something big, you can travel, you can be nationally ranked in the nation, it can lead to Olympics, or it can lead to a scholarship. And they don't know that. Boxing can give you a scholarship. And even if you're that good, go to school and get that paper by using these. What better way to be able to say, hey, I love fighting, and fighting got me paper? What do you mean? Would have got me my damn bachelor's.
Right.
You know what I mean? And people don't know that. You got to think outside the box. So this weekend, we're going to get down to Dale City High School. That used to be one of my kids' school, and that used to be one of my schools that I mentored. So they asked me to do this for the first time, and they want to make it annually. The proceeds are going to go back to the school to include our nonprofit. So it's going to be off the chain, man. I'm looking forward to it this weekend. And we're going to be hosting a bronze clinic. So if you know anyone is interested in it, I got the hookup. We're going to be doing the bronze clinic this weekend. For those who don't know, it's certain levels in USA boxing you get to. You got green, bronze, silver, and gold. Well, bronze, these particular clinics you do, you got to go to a national tournament. Well, by me being able to get it here, we're going to host a class Friday from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Then on Saturday, when we do the weigh-in, it's going to be 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. And since Easter's on Sunday, we're going to do half the day, 8 to noon, and you'll get your 2-day, 8-hour credits, and you become a bronze certification.
Wow. Certified. That's amazing.
So,
yes.
So any coaches out there around the region between Kansas, Arkansas,
yes,
Texas, anybody out there, that interested in leveling up, come down here and let's hit up this bronze course with Mr. Simms here.
Yes.
Now, what got you interested in doing all this, Mr. Simms? Like helping out with the youth, like you put on a lot of different events, really strategically based on getting the youth out of the streets. Like that's been your thing.
Well,
so like what got you started in that whole aspect of getting them out?
Okay, I'll tell you the short version. Well, it started with me. I wasn't the best of a kid growing up. My dad took me to the nearest Boys and Girls Club. I think you and I talked at the beginning, a year and a half about this. And I'll never forget, man, I was about $180, man. I got in there with a kid about 135, 140 pounds, man. He put it on my ass. And from that day, I always said it's not about the size. It's about how you work and how you move in there. So I've always given everybody respect. I never underestimate anybody. So I figured I used that for my trigger from getting in fights, acting the fool. And I used all that in the ring. So I figured if it could help me, it translated in the military. I did my 4 tours, but I had to prove to them I was a soldier first because the Army said I didn't pay you to put on gloves. I got it. But I was fortunate enough I was able to be part of the Army World Class Athlete Program, which is an elite program on Olympic level. Nice. Got a chance to be nationally ranked. Got a chance to, to go different places, Sydney. I finished with a record of 33-3. Opened up a little gym here in Dale City for a couple of years. And then I got a storefront for about 12 years. And then my wife and I bought this school in Spencer. And from then on, man, I started working with kids that was a love, man, to kind of save as many as I can. And again, absolutely. I always got a motto, man. If I can't save more, if I say that one, I've done my job.
Absolutely. My old boxing coach, Cecil Pettigrew, that's who I started with first was Cecil. Cecil always told me that. He said, man, like when I started training, he goes, if you save one, trust me, man, it's worth it.
Yes.
And I at first I used to not, I didn't understand that because I was just young, starting out training, And I was in that transition phase of, do I still want to fight? I still got, you know what I mean? And I was in that transition phase, and then I was like, man, I started working with them kids. You see the difference you make, and I was like, man, this is worth more than me getting out there and being dumb one more time, and just, hurting myself because I was getting old. I was always hurting myself. But yeah, and I commend you for that, man. That's a big thing that people don't get, that real boxing coaches are. We're not just coaches. We're teachers and we're mentors. Because anybody can say they're a coach, but to really teach you guys how to do this and do it correctly and not take it and be a knucklehead out in the street, man, that's the lifesaver right there, And so I really commend you for that one. I really commend you for that one. How long have you been running your gyms now?
Whew, man, since 2003, 2004. Nice. Man, I retired so many times, but it's kind of hard for me to stay away from. My wife gets on me. She said, you just slipped out. I said, yeah, but, I get in there, hey, coach, hold the mitts for me. And, it's like addictive. Yeah. Once you get in there, man, you're like, right now I'm at the gym. I should be at home, but it's my second home, man.
Right. Yeah, we're excited about Saturday, man. This it's going to be a good event. I love the cause. I love what it's about. I love what you're representing for it.
Appreciate it.
Now through the years of coaching, how many lives can you just off the top of your head possibly spitball that you've actually just seen, not just know you made the difference, but visually seen it and got told, that you saved, those guys.
Man, I would say, man, Jesus, it's crazy. Me and my wife sit down sometime, man, and we'll be in the store and a kid will walk up to me And it makes me feel good because they can go the other way. You know, the people you don't want to say, God, that fucker. Excuse my French. You know, but they come up to him. Matter of fact, true story. A month ago, a kid, might have been about 6'5", name was Devin. And his grandma comes up to me and my wife in Walmart. And I'm like, damn, what's this woman coming up on me? Are you Coach Simms? I'm looking around like, do I owe you anything? I don't remember robbing you or anything. You know, I'm just messing stuff. So she said, no, my nephew over there. He's scared to come over here. And I'm like, that big joker, who is that? So he walks up to me and he's like, you don't remember me? This is Devin. I said, hold up, little crying Devin? Yeah, and such and such. Now, this dude is like 23 years old, and I had him when he was like 10, 11. So to answer your question, man, it's a joy. And I think that's what keeps me in this, man, because when you can affect lives like that and they can remember you, because like I said, it's a big thing. Because how many times you get that one person, even as us adults, we see people, oh, God, here you go the other way. Go the other way. Whoever we see. It makes me feel good, man, because I made an impact. So I would say, to be modest, man, maybe about 100 or so, man. But I never counted, but I know it's quite a bit because I go and I look at my wall, and I'm about to give you a picture of it, man. I don't know when you came to my gym, see all those, those guys, man, and those kids, they're grown. And when you made an impact and they're not in jail or 6 feet deep, you did your job.
Absolutely.
You've done your. Those are two places I want to keep those kids out of.
Now I'll tell you why a grown man might not walk up to Mr. Simms. Mr. Simms is quite a large man. He got that embracing smile, man. But on fight day, he's like, "Hey, how you doing?" Then it changes, like you like this at weigh-ins.
Yeah.
And
my
like,
wife gets on me, man.
Doing?
It's not
man,
purposely.
This big old smile just comes out. This big old
man,
smile
I gotta work on that. A lot of times I walk around like this. My wife's like, "Why are y'all so angry?" So I have to do this. My kids do this. Dad, straighten that wrinkle out in your head. So I'm like.
You gotta put on some sunglasses, man, so you can cover those eyes.
Hey, Arlo, that's what I might do this weekend. So if I got shades, I'm not high, I'm not drunk. Hey, I'm gonna do this with you, Arlo. Look, Arlo, I'm be in the corner like this. I'm gonna be like that.
doing the Stevie Wonder, doing the Ray Charles, doing the Ray. But yeah, like that's what I always told. I was like, man, you got like this really big smile, this really big aura about you. But when you first see you at those fight weigh-ins, you like you can just see that old coach is there, that old fighter was there.
Yes.
You know, you can just see those. And I tell people that's the thing, they can't pay for it. You know, like that's something you either got or you don't. You watch all of us who are coaching, all of us who are bringing we're all the same way.
Yeah.
Because we know what that young man's about to go get into.
Exactly.
You know, it's tough, but it's going to change his life. You know, it's going to change his life, but it's going to be tough. So we all like my biggest thing is I'm in my own head. I'm always saying, man, did you do enough for him? Did you get him ready enough? Did you do this? Is he this? Is he this? Is he this? Because I always tell people, you know, I said, if they got to tell you something, if I got to tell you something on fight night, I can't tell you. We can't fix
it. It's too late. If you ain't got it to let within the 24, 48 hours, you ain't gonna never get it, son. So get in there and showcase what you learned.
Yeah, that's it. I'm like, you better just suck it up and pressure brakes pipes and get your nose in there and go ear to ear. Because if not, it's
survival mode, baby. Survival mode.
Right. And I tell you, and that's where danger comes in, though, because you get them guys that start fighting for survival, man. They land that prayer shot. They'll land that prayer shot.
Get you out of there.
Yep. Next thing you know, your guy's asking, why is he doing aerobics over there in the corner? Nah, he's celebrating, kid. We just woke you up.
Hey, the fight over with, man. You've been asleep the last 2 rounds.
You've been asleep for about 4.5 minutes. Jeez, man. You know, it's crazy though. You know, but that's the beauty of boxing. That's the beauty of what we do with boxing. Because for so long, I tell people all the time, and I see people do it at yours. I see people do it at yours that, you know, people think when you say boxing, they automatically think fighting.
Yes.
And I tell people it's not. It's just like any other martial art. You can do it and enjoy the journey of it without ever having to fight, and just using it when you have to.
Exactly.
You know, because I tell people, you know, that there's 100,000 other things out there in the world that you can do, but the oldest one in the book, it's still the one that gets used all the time.
Oh yeah,
no matter what you're in. You know, there's only one. You know,
it's just unfortunate. It's unfortunate, man. Like we said, man, it's not the way it used to be, man. Unfortunately, there's no fair fight out there, and I see it. You know, these guys want to fight, and next thing you know, you're looking over your shoulder. So I tell my guys, even today in the gym, listen, I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to roll around with you. I got me a good minute of each round, but it's a difference. I'm 52 years old. I put my hands on you. You're not going to wake back up.
No,
because I can't afford to put it on my shoulder. And guess what? I'm not built for jail. I'm too old for that.
right.
So,
Yeah, and you know, like that's like I said, that's the beauty of it, is getting the that street mentality out of them kids and watching these kids become, you know, like, you know, great citizens of the community, you know, and regardless of what he does from here, whether he wins a world title, he's a world champion just for fixing his life.
Yes.
You know, because like I never understood it till I've only been coaching for about 2.5 years. And the first year I did it, the first full year I did it, man, I'm just now really on my second full year. And Anthony's another one that does it. I get so many of them kids that said, if it wasn't for what you taught me in boxing, I never would have graduated high school. I never would have went to college. I never would have, and I was just like, okay, that's worth me saying, all right, you ain't got the money to pay, go clean the gym.
Yep. Exactly.
You know, because you know how it is. There's times them people come up and they need it, and you ain't got it. But I mean, you're gonna be like, well, you know, go help clean up the gym and do this, grab a mop bucket.
Yeah. I'm gonna turn nobody away, man. I tell these guys, I got half my guys, they don't pay because I know they can't afford it. But I'm not gonna kick them out in the street. Always stuff you can do. We do bartering. You know, hey, you might be able to bring some cases of water. Parents, I need you to buy some cleaning supplies. At the end of the day, I don't fight no more. This is their gym. So you take care of it, take care of you. And that's what I live by. And these guys do a wonderful job, and the females we have. So, yes.
Now about your event on Saturday, what is it? Gloves up, guns down?
Gloves up, guns down.
We're gonna post the flyer. We're gonna post a flyer on our Facebook pages, and there's a code, a little barcode over there that you can scan and pre-order your tickets, so that way you ain't got to stand in line and wait with everybody else.
Exactly.
Because I tell you, Simms will pack a house. Simms will pack a house. So is there any levels?
I'm trying, hey, I'm trying to fill that Coliseum up.
Right.
I'm trying to 1,500 deep, man.
You know what I love about what you all do, what you really been doing is you really trying to bring boxing back to Oklahoma. I remember as a kid how big it was. You know, like when Tommy Morrison, I was a kid in the 90s, you know, I remember Tommy Morrison, everybody wanted to do that, you know, because Tommy was out there fighting Lennox and, you know, Razor Ruddock and all them dudes, you know. And I remember, you know, just the last, in my opinion, one of the last great heavyweight eras of the 90s, you know, everybody was watching that, you know, HBO After Dark and all that. And I'm like, man, you know, what you're doing is really bringing it back to a state that kind of lost it. You know, and like they just had that Top Rank event. We got Jeremiah Milton. He's trying to help bring it back to the, you know, bring Oklahoma back in boxing. And that's what people don't get is Oklahoma had a lot of great fighters and some you never heard of. You know, there's like Keith Reed, Ronnie Warrior. Those guys were great amateurs. Yourself, you were a great amateur. You know, like y'all left some big footsteps that I felt like a lot of us didn't carry through. You know what I mean? Like. Like that's what I always felt like. I always felt, you know, a little disappointed how things went with me, but that's a whole other story. We'll talk about that.
No, you know what, man? You can learn from that. And what I'm trying to get my guys to learn right now, man, we got to stay ready. That's a problem that's why Teddy Atlas, if you notice, they're always giving Oklahoma a black eye. Because the problem I have, I get phone calls every day from damn people from Top Rank. I got what's his name? McGowan called me. A guy from Texas called me. Every promoter. The issue I have, Arlo, nobody stays ready. I said, man, we can get this thing down. Hey, you guys need to stay in the gym. You should never be 20 pounds of your weight. 10 pounds I can understand. And that's why we get our butts kicked, because they're just in it for a paycheck. Come on, guys. Y'all gotta keep if you're gonna do this, man, it's gotta be a hobby. And it's gotta be something you love. Not because you get paid, because you can get killed or get hurt in the sport. So you got to take
make
this
it your lifestyle.
It's
your lifestyle at that point. You know, absolutely. You know, and that's how mine was, man. But mine was just I was full of injuries. You know, like I was one of them dudes that just had that injury bug and it just never went away. And then my last time I tried to make a run at it, I detached my bicep tendon. I said, man, he's gonna be a coach. You done. You done now. I'm like, just retire. Just retire. But so yeah, back to the Saturday night, man. How many fights you got lined up for this event?
15. 15
fights.
15. We're gonna do the first 8. What's that?
No, go ahead and finish. I'll ask that.
No, we're gonna do 7 fights, intermission, and we have about a couple of teams that won the respective basketball championships. Millwood is one. So what I want to do is, man, I want to get these rivalry schools together and show them that we can celebrate under one roof. Yeah, we had a disagreement, but guess what? Let's get out here and recognize these boys and girls that fought their butts off to win a respective championship. So we're going to recognize them during halftime, have some shows. I got some parents that's going to be telling some sad stories that actually lost their kids to gun violence, you know. But then we're going to reel it back to all the fights. And my wife and I have a nonprofit. So for every one of those teams, there's 6 teams. They all show up. We're going to donate a contribution to every one of those teams that won to show our appreciation.
Wow.
Nice. I like that.
It's going to be all kids get in for $5, adults $10, VIPs $100. It comes with 4 seats. It comes with a meal, a dessert, and a non-alcoholic beverages. And get this, it gets better. For each kid, listen to this. Every kid that comes in that Mamma Jamma gets a free pair of gloves and a T-shirt.
Nice.
Wow.
I mean, and you can't beat that. You know, for kids to get that. And you know, you don't even realize which kid you're gonna hit. I guarantee you're gonna touch one of them. One of them's gonna put that on and feel that magic. That's what I love getting to people.
Oh man.
I don't care if the kid's ever a fighter. I don't care if the kid's ever a world champion. I just want them to feel that magic when they put that glove on and they get better and they feel stronger and they mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually just grow. That's what boxing's about too.
Got you.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
But well, Mr. Simms, I think that's about all we got right now. That's why I wanted to get that last bit on price range out there. And what we'll do is we'll add that. We'll put the flyer up for you. If there's anything you want to add here.
Yeah, I want to show you that what you're making a fight for.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That's nice.
King of the ring.
That's amazing.
So
that's awesome.
So it's gonna be a good day, man. And I'm looking forward. But again, thank you so very much for giving me an opportunity. I look forward to seeing you on Saturday, and we're gonna have a great time too, brother.
Absolutely. Be a pleasure talking with you again, Mr. Simms.
You too.
Yeah, man. Mr. Simms, thank you so much, brother. Really do appreciate you jumping on the show, man.
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you. Right on.
See you Saturday.
All right. Have a good one.
Later.
Bye-bye.
That was good.
Right on, man. That was a good interview. That was it's awesome that he the way he expresses himself and how he talks about how he helps these kids, because that's huge, man. When you're able to do that, that's awesome.
Yeah, I had to throw that in there that me and him was gonna be rivals on Saturday. His fucking kids fighting mine. I was like, damn, man. But like I said, that's the business side of it, you know. That's what you sign up for, man. That's what you sign up for. But all right, man.
Right on, man.
Well, Roberto.
Yes, sir. And Arlo, we need to do more of these types of
shorts
after dark, if you want to call it an after dark episode of Sitting Ringside.
Right.
So, but thanks, man. And for everybody that's out there watching and or listening, we really do appreciate the support. Please go to FightBookMMA.com for all your combat sports news. Like and share all our posts on our Facebook page, our YouTube. We need to get that back up and growing. And like I said, thanks for all the support. We'll see you next time. Peace.